Hey everyone! Today we're going to be reviewing the Picking Peonies palette by Simply Posh Cosmetics. I'm really excited to jump into this palette. I have done 6 tutorials for you guys. This palette over here was a PR gift by Simply Posh Cosmetics, and I'm really happy that I took my time with it, getting to know the colors, getting to, just do the looks and see how they last on my eyes and so on and so forth. So I'm actually really happy that, I've done this the way I've done it. So before we jump into the Picking Peonies video, I want to say welcome to any newcomers. My name is Ranita and I love doing makeup reviews, swatches, tutorials, anything to do with makeup, and you're going to find me there. And if you've been visiting for some time, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out one more of my videos. I really appreciate it. So yeah, let's get into the review. I know that everyone's really excited about this, and I hope that it provides you with information that you're searching for, especially if you're thinking about picking up the Peonies palette. And I really am grateful to the makeup community because I know that you guys have been one of the reasons why I got this palette as PR. So yeah, your support to me has been amazing and fantastic, and I'm really grateful for that. So that being said, let's jump into the review. Right, so let's begin the unboxing. So you can see that, this is what Simply Posh has sent me, and I'm just gonna, I did cut it open already. So this is what's inside. Okay, so they always send me these cute little thingies in there. And I've opened it upside down simply because, yeah, you can see there's a lot of this. I opened it upside down because I didn't want to show my address. Anyway, it's been bubble wrapped, as you can see, and wow, this is the Picking Peonies palette. Look at that. That just looks really pretty. I really like this. I've already noticed a difference. They have sent this to me in a box. Usually it was that slide out thing that they had. So these are the colors, and this is what it looks like in indoor lighting. I will probably take this palette outside just so you can kind of see what the shades look like in the sunlight, but it really looks beautiful. So let's just talk about the colors. I've already categorized them. Okay, so here you have the pinks, lovely set of collections over there, and here you have browns. You have lots of beautiful browns. Okay, so I guess I could basically do the same thing that I did with the other palettes. So excited about it because the colors look amazing, and you can see that she's categorized them again. Okay, so this is the Cozy Cabin palette that I've placed on top. So you can see that Bouquet and Bliss are basically the same color. And she did mention that there's going to be a repeat shade. I guess she felt that that shade was pretty important to add in the Picking Peonies. I don't have a problem with it because I think it's a pretty nice shade. I really love it. Very well done, and it's obviously perfect for spring. So let's go and do the outside shot just so you can get an idea of what the shades look like. These again are duochromes. This row over here are duochromes, so just be aware of that. This is what the shades look like in natural sunlight. You can see that those shimmers are just drop dead gorgeous. I'm so excited to get into these really just beautiful shades here. These are the final swatches of the gorgeous Picking Peonies palette. You can definitely see that there are duochrome shifts over here, and it just looks so pretty. So now what I'm going to do is go outdoors and show you what the shades look like in natural sunlight, and then we shall move on to the tutorials. Alright, so these are the shades in natural lighting. As you can see, I can definitely see some beautiful duochrome shifts happening in the duochromes. And I'm really excited to try these out. So here you can see that gold pink shift. Moving up, you have the gold orange, and here it's kind of like pink with green. I can see green and gold in the green one. And then we have like, this one is really interesting. It's got like, it's almost like a rainbow kind of thing. And then Sundays, which is so pretty. It's bronze and gold. Hey everyone, so we're getting into the very first Picking Peonies tutorial, and I'm starting with the shade Peonies itself. Similar to the Cozy Cabin palette, I'm going to be going column by column, and let's see what I can create as we go along. So I'm taking that Peonies shade, and it is the darkest shade in this particular column, so I'm going to be putting it right over here at the end of my eye. So this is going to be a very pretty pink look, and I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out. Okay, so we're taking some of that and I'm just putting it right over here at the end of my eye. You can see what the color is looking like. It's very like a soft kind of pink. Yeah, this is fresh. It's a really cute like pinky peach color, and I'm gonna be putting it, you know, on the top of my eyes. So taking that with a big fluffy brush, and I'm gently tapping that. It's also got a little bit of a shimmer, which is kind of interesting. So I don't think there's a lot of blending that's going to be done here because the shades just kind of, you know, transition into each other quite well, as you can see. So you can see that, you know, I've already put it there, and you know, this is basically what it's looking like at the moment. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this down. Okay, so now I'm gonna be going in with my acid rain paint, and I'm gonna be cutting out my crease. Right, so now we're gonna be going in with the very first duochrome shade, which is Petals, and I'm taking that and I'm tapping it with my packer brush onto the, you know, area that I created just now. Yeah, so this is the duochrome Petals, which I am putting into that area that I just cut out. It's a very light pink. Yeah, so now I think I'm just gonna go touch up with Peonies, you know, just kind of like make that look like it's blending in well, and kind of transitioning into like where it should be with this pink shade that I have over here. So right now you can see the Peony shade, and sadly, like, I'm not really sure why, but there is a bit of, you know, that line happening over there because I used my base. So I think I may have to use like a fourth color in this look just to kind of make it look better, like as it transitions. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm taking the color Bouquet and I'm just gonna tap it over here because I remember that this particular shade in the other palette was just really solid, and I just kind of need a more solid shade at the moment to kind of cover this up, otherwise it's going to like be very obvious that there's like a line over there. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Hey everyone, so we finished the first Peonies look, and this is what I've come up with, and I just want to give you some of the makeup details. So basically for my mouth, I ended up using the shade Kebby from, you know, Juvia's Place's lipsticks, and I use that as the outline, which is why like the outline of my mouth should look slightly darker. And then I went in with my favorite lip gloss ever, Petty Betty, also from Juvia's Place. I felt this was such a pretty pink look, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. And okay, let's talk about the highlighter because I recently bought a new highlighter. So it is the Aspen highlighter palette by BH Cosmetics, and basically I went in there and I decided to use this shade over here, the pink one, which is Iced Out, and there's another white one over here. So I did use a little bit of the white on my nose, but generally like at the side, what you're seeing over here is this gorgeous pink shade. And yeah, I'm really amazed by the quality of the Aspen palette simply because I picked it up from Marshall's a couple of days ago and I got it for like $5. So you can see how freaking awesome the highlighter is looking right now on my face. I really like it. So I put it over here, I put it on top, I put it here. It was so easy to get like a super pigmented look. Coming to the contouring, okay, so I went back to the Cozy Cabin palette and I used that brown shade that I really love. I think it's Fireplace. But I think that I just love that brown shade. I feel like it matches so well with my skin tone, and I thought that it would be really nice to contour the side of my face. So that's basically what I did. And I also used two eye pencils from BH Cosmetics. So I used these two more products from BH Cosmetics. I really love eye pencils. I'm always on the hunt for new ones, and I know that the BH Cosmetics ones are super creamy, so I have used this Shimmer Pearl and Warm Brown. That's basically the details for the look that I've done. Now let's get into the actual palette. So when I was using, you know, picking Peonies over here, which is a very pretty palette, I obviously went with this row over here. And what did I notice? So basically over here, this is Peonies. I experienced a little bit of patching with Peonies like right over here, but I think it may have been my fault because instead of setting, you know, like usually after you have done, like, makeup needs to be done quickly. Like, you can't wait and, you know, leave it because it'll obviously interact with like your skin and everything else. So yeah, I did wait for a bit before I actually went back in to kind of like complete that after I had applied my P. Louise acid rain paint, and it kind of did, you know, become a little patchy over there, and I tried to correct it, and I did use the shade Bouquet just to darken up that tone. So yes, this look ended up with 4 shades, but I'm really okay with it because I like the way that it turned out. This eye over here did not have as much patching because I went in immediately. All in all, the experience with this, I really love the colors, and that duochrome, oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. Let's get into the second look because we have a lot to cover today, so I'm going to be keeping my comments as minimal as possible. After each look, I'm just going to give you the look details, and then we're going to be moving on to the next one so that I can give you my overall thoughts right at the end of the review. So stay tuned. Right, so welcome to the second tutorial. I'm taking it and I'm going to be putting it right over here at the ends of my eye. So you can see, like, it's definitely a darker pink, and I'm going to be building that color up as I go along. Okay, let's just look at this color. Okay, wow, this is really, really beautiful. You can see how dark this is. Oh, okay, really, really loving this color over here. Right, so I kind of like noticed something about the colors in the palette, and I basically think that I'm going to be going to the third column simply because I feel like there's a certain like theme that I'm kind of picking up from this, and I think it would just match better. The deep black kind of shade. It doesn't look like a very dark black, but let's see how that goes. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that right over here in the corner just to kind of add some depth, I guess, to the entire look. Okay, so you can see that it's definitely, yeah, it is a very, very pigmented black. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be like that, but I'm just adding a teeny weeny bit of that there. I don't think I want too much of that color because I have a certain idea for what I want to do. Okay, so we're gonna just add that there, and once I'm happy, I'm gonna go and get the next shade. So this is the shade Delicate, and it's really, really pretty, and you know, my eyes are purple pink right now, so I'm gonna take that shade, and what I'm gonna do is try and blend out that top and take that color maybe somewhere down here. Yeah, so I just kind of feel like this is a lovely shade to have in the palette. Right, so I'm just gonna take that same color and just blend it very, very gently downwards, I guess. Right, so this is the shade Floral, and you can see that, you know, it's got like a very interesting color. It's like pink, purple, kind of like with greenish gold specks, I think. So let me put that on my eyelid and we can see just what this looks like. I went back for the shade Petals. I'm taking that and I'm just putting it at the corner. It's that really, really light duochrome, and I just want to have something bright in the corner of my eye. So I thought that color would look good, and it's also got a bit of a pinkish gold kind of thing going on, and it just mixes so nicely with the color that I put on my eye just now. So oh goodness, I think this is really, really beautiful. It's just look at that. Hey guys, this is the look that's been created, you know, using those colors. So let's talk about it. Let me get into the makeup details first of all. So I ended up using 3 lipsticks to actually complete the look. I noticed that the look had become, you know, kind of like very pinky and purplish, and that duochrome that I got on my eye just kicked it up like a few notches for me. I completely loved the application of that particular shade, and I was just so happy with it. So these are the lipsticks that I used from Lime Crime. I used the shade Fetish, and then I used the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick Burning Love, And I also used a Mauve Moment from Juvia's Place. So 3 lipsticks. Basically what I did was I first outlined my lips with Lime Crime, and after that I went in with a little bit of the MAC because I kind of wanted to make it more pinky, and then on top of that I basically, like, to give it that ombre effect, I basically went in with a Mauve Moment. So I'm basically using a lip technique that I learned online from Ohima. So I have to say thank you to her for that, because she was basically teaching people how to use very, very light shades on your mouth, especially when, you know, it ends up with you looking like you've got duck lips. Like, if you followed my Juvia's Place lipstick video, you probably know what I mean. And I was obviously having like a lot of trouble using those very, very light shades, but she basically helped me sort that problem out. So I'm really grateful to her for that. And yeah, let's talk about the look. So with this particular look, I used 5 shades. I was supposed to go in for like a super, super pink look, and I'm definitely going to be doing that next. But when I applied the first color, I realized that this is kind of like purple pink, and I felt that this was a really good opportunity to just kind of like go in with, you know, the shades that complement it more, I think, in the palette. I did do exactly that, and basically these are the colors. I'm just going to tell you what I used. I used Petals over here, which is at the corner of my eye. The inner corners is Petals. Then I used Floral over here. That is, you know, that gorgeous duochrome that you can see right at the center of my eye. It is just so beautiful. Lovely to deepen up Blooms, because I actually thought I was going to use the second column, obviously. Like, I thought I'd go column by column, but today I just really felt like this is gonna work, this is gonna look good, and I feel like this is the right decision. So I just changed it up a bit, and you know, Delicate is that color that you can see that I used to transition, and Blooms was the first color that I tried. So you've got one, yeah, you've got 1, 2, and then this entire row. So 5 shades today, but super, super happy with the look. Underneath my eye, I went in with a plum eyeliner. This is by Revlon. It's called Revlon Color Stay, and it's Kajal. The actual name is Vintage Grape. Yeah, Vintage Grape. And yeah, that's basically it. And the highlighter, I went back to the BH Cosmetics palette. That's this one over here. I love Aspen. Like, seriously, the highlighters just, they're seriously like blowing my mind because they're so good. You can see the way my face is lit up at the moment. So I put it here, on this side too. I'm so excited about these highlighters. Like, and for $5 from Marshall, it's just ridiculously awesome. So basically, yeah, that's it for the makeup details. I'm gonna see you in the next look, so I'll see you there. Alright, so we're going to the next tutorial. I'm going back in with Blooms, which is the darkest color, the darkest pink that I can see in the pink section. It's kind of like a purpley pink color, so I'm taking that on my brush. Adding it to the center of my eye, and this is, you know, like a really, really pretty pink shade. As you can see, I'm just kind of lightening that center a bit. Right, so I actually took the same shade and I just kind of went above my line as well. I felt like this was probably the best decision, and I think I'm really liking how it looks right now, and I'm taking it downwards as well. Bit downwards, and I think I'll add another lighter shade, but this is how I like it at the moment. I'm taking the color Fresh, which is a very, very pretty peach kind of pink, and I'm just taking that into this inner corner over here. It's going to be the matte shade that kind of transitions into that darker pink over there. And as you can see, it's very, very light. Right, so now we're going to apply this stunning duochrome. It kind of like is orange and pink. Like, I think you can see more of the pink shift over here, but it's so beautiful. We're going to add that onto my eyelids. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade Floral. I'll be putting it like right over here. I just want to give this look a little bit more of that oomph. Hey everyone, so we have finished, you know, this look, and basically I didn't have any problems with this either. I did experience a tiny bit of fallout with the duochromes. However, what I did was I just took a wet wipe, cleaned up my face, and then went back in to apply like the rest of my makeup, you know, my foundation, my concealer. Yeah, so I used these 2 shades over here. I hope the camera is focusing on that, okay? And I also used the shade 2020 by Juvia's Place, so that is the lighter color that you can kind of see over here. For my highlighter, I used, you know, the Aspen palette, again from BH Cosmetics. I'm just so sad that BH Cosmetics is closing. I really wish that they wouldn't. I went in with Iced Out, yeah. Iced Out, which is a really pretty pink shade. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. So I will see you at the next look. I'm taking the shade Seedling, which is a brown and it's got kind of like gold flecks in it. So I'm taking that and I'm putting that right over here at the ends of my eyes, and look at that pigmentation. That is crazy pigmented, really beautiful. Yeah, I really like the way that this is looking, and as you can see, there's minimal fallout as well on my eye, which is definitely like a plus. So now I'm going in with the shade Aroma, which is like this really pretty mustard yellow, and I don't know, I'm so excited to put this on my eye and kind of blend it in with that brown so you can see what it's looking like right now. It's not like a super bright, like, I mean, super pigmented yellow to the point where, you know, it's gonna like overdo that brown shade over there, but I still think it's doing like what it needs to do, and that is, you know, getting that brown shade over there to kind of transition. Taking more of Aroma and I'm just bringing it down. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Meadow. I'm gonna try deepening this shade a bit. I'm adding Meadow right over here to like that place where I put the brown. You can see that is super pigmented, holy crap. I'm gonna do like Sundays here and here, and then I'm gonna take that green shade from the column and I'm gonna put that like maybe in the center. It's a really pretty color. Okay, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna put it over here. It's just such a pretty color. I couldn't resist going into this. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going in with Sprout, and it's already on my brush, and I'm just gonna add it right over here in between those two, and oh my goodness, just, oh, that's such a beautiful green, oh my goodness. Right, so I decided to add a little bit of it underneath my eye as well, and it's coming on so easily. It's literally like barely any fallout, no fallout actually, and just gliding right onto my eye, and it goes so well with Sundazed. Oh my goodness, like I'm gonna go touch up Sundazed and I'll show you the final look. Right, so I've been trying to improve my graphic liner skills, and this is what I've done using the Maven Beauty eyeliners, which I actually picked up at a sale. So yeah, let me know if you like it. This was not part of the original look, but I just felt like I want to amp it up, and I'm trying to practice every now and then. So whenever I do a makeup look, I try to do my eyeliner and see if it's actually gonna look nice. Hey everyone, so we have another look done, and today was of course very exciting. I definitely went into shades that I wasn't expecting to use, but again, as I was doing my look, I kind of felt like these shades would match. So we basically completed the fourth column in the Picking Peonies palette, but I also added on the shades Meadow and this Sundays. And I just think that they're really beautiful. You can see the shades right now on my eye, and oh my goodness, it's just so divine. I feel like this is a really beautiful look, a neutral look that I could totally wear out. I can see myself wearing. So let's go into the makeup details. So for this look, I used 3 lipsticks. And that's these 3 over here. So the dark shade that you can see as the outline on my mouth is Cocoa, and then I basically filled it in with the other 2 light shades, just tried to get the best color, I guess, for myself. And I think that I was pretty happy with, you know, the way that it actually turned out. And then of course from my highlighter, I went into Illuminating in Ireland by BH Cosmetics. I used the shade Shamrock, which is this gorgeous gold. It's like a yellow toned gold over here, and I felt that matched so well with Sundays, because Sundays is that, you know, really beautiful gold bronze kind of thing going on there. It's just such a beautiful color. So I felt like those two would go really well together. And for my eyes, I basically used my normal Maybelline Gel Liner plus Falling for Green by Morphe brushes. Yeah, it's a really, really nice apple kind of green that you can see over here. It's just a really, really pretty color. So I put that underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to show it to you. Like right over there, you can see Falling for You. And you can see like how these duochromes are also looking at the moment. It's really, really, really beautiful. And that green is just, it's so vibrant. So obviously I really was happy with the way that this look turned out. So the matte shades, Aroma, Seedling, they worked very well. So did Meadow, Sprout worked well. Sundays, I think I accidentally hit my brush way too hard into the pan, because it kind of like almost all came out of the pan, and I totally panicked when that happened. And I also noticed once again that, you know, there was like a bit of fallout happening over here, but again, it was not like an excessive amount of fallout, and I definitely cleaned my face. So basically, if you're wearing the duochrome shades, just know that you should do the eyeshadow first and then do your foundation after that. So that gives you a chance to use a wet wipe to clean it up. But all in all, I'm just really, really happy with it. I would totally wear this look outside, and I just think it's really, really beautiful. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with the look. I don't know why, but neutrals are really like drawing me in nowadays. So that being said, let's go on to the next look. I hope that you like this one. I'm actually really, really satisfied with it. I actually love the duochrome shades over there. They're just lighting up my world right now. I think they're so, so pretty. So I'm really excited to get into the next column. So I'll see you there. Okay, so we're coming into the next look. I'm taking the shade Garden, and I'm just applying it right over here at the side of my eyes. Oh my gosh, look at that pigmentation. That is insane. That is so freaking dark. Okay, so I'm definitely like impressed by that already. Really, really beautiful shade. I'm trying a slightly different thing today. I'm taking a lighter green, and it's called Bud. The brush that I'm using is fluffier as well, and this is the color, so I'm going to be putting that onto my eyes. So let's just do that. Taking it, and I'm just tapping it out a little over there. I'm going to have to blend these two colors together. And I'm bringing it downwards, so you can see it's a very, very light shade. I've noticed that all like this palette definitely has some very, very light shades here, but what I like about the shades is just the fact that it's so nice, like when you're blending it out. Okay, so now I'm going in with the last duochrome, and that's over here. It is the shade Lush. It is in the 5th column of shades, and it kind of looks like a greenish kind of like brown. So I'm really, really excited to see what it's going to look like on my eye. I'm going to be putting that in the center, so I'm taking that and I'm going, oh my goodness, downwards, and I'm in love. Oh, this is just beautiful. Are you guys seeing that? Oh my god. Like, I barely took any of this color onto my brush, so I'm really, really impressed. We had just got on there, and you can definitely see that shift. You can definitely see the shift in color. Okay, so you can see it's like brown, brownish green. Like, let me know if you can see that. Now I'm going in for the color Sprout, which you saw in the previous look, and you know that's like a very, very bright green. So I'm putting it just there in the inner corner and going a bit onto the top there to kind of connect with this shade. But I really, really love the way this is looking. It's so freaking easy to use these shades. Like, they're so buttery and smooth, and I'm just enjoying this. I really, really am. So yeah, this is kind of like what it's looking like at the moment. Hey everyone, so this is the final look and I'm so excited. I love the way that it's turned out. You can see what my face looks like right now. So I'm going to give you some of the eye products. I'm going to give you the makeup details for the entire look. So I went back in for my favorite highlighting palette, which is the Aspen one right now from BH Cosmetics. I'm really in love with this palette. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that BH Cosmetics is, bankrupt. But anyway, yeah, this white shade is, the one I use in my inner corner and at the tops of my eyes. So you should be able to see it just gleaming like the sun, because I can see it in the camera, so I know that you can too. And I used this one over here, so I used it here and on my nose, and I just felt like that was the perfect shade really to add to the look. For my lips, I went in with two shades from Juvia's Place, Cocoa and Toffee. So Cocoa, as you know, is a very dark brown. It's very dark, and yeah, this is basically the two shades. So Cocoa over here and Toffee. So Cocoa was the outline for my lips, and then I used Toffee to basically, like fill in my lips. And after that, I just saw the two duochrome shades in the palette, and I thought, they're just so pretty, and I really want to add them to my mouth, so I did that. So I took this one over here, which is Lush, and I took this over here. So Lush looks green in some lighting and brown in some lighting, so I'm pretty sure you should be able to see that shift in color right over here, and if you can, I'm just really happy. But yeah, I put this beautiful green over here in the center, and then I took Lush and I put it on the sides of my mouth, and I felt like it really went well together, because Lush is kind of like a greenish pinkish brown kind of duochrome shade. I thought it looked really pretty, and I was just so happy with the way that it's come out. I love this look, I really do. And there was a little bit of that glitter like duochrome fallout, not enough again to make me complain. I felt like it was just, yeah, this is kind of what happens with most looks that I've done. So I just took a makeup wipe. This is what I'm currently using. I don't have a particular brand. I just go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx, pick up whatever makeup wipes I can get, and that's what I use for the day. That's basically what I use for, until it's over. But I have gotten tips that I can also get stuff at Dollar Tree, so I may try that out. But yeah, I just cleaned it off with a makeup wipe, slapped on my foundation and everything else, and this is basically what you have. And I went back to the Cozy Cabin palette again to get my, brown shade for my contouring. I cannot get enough of Chimney. Chimney is such a beautiful shade. It's a gorgeous brown shade, and I feel like it's so warm. It's such a warm shade that it really just makes, I like the way it makes my skin look. I love that shade, and I kind of hope she does like a foundation palette, because I would really love for her to include all these warmer browns. I would totally purchase a foundation palette from Simply Posh if she did that. But anyway, I love what I'm seeing so far. So yeah, let's go to the very last look, and then I will give you my full thoughts on the palette. I'm taking Elegance, which is like a really dark brown. It almost looks black, I think, on my eye, but it's not. It's actually not black. It's actually a very dark brown. So I'm taking a brush and I'm just tapping that into my outer corners of my eyes. Okay, this is the next shade I'm going in with, Meadow, and yeah, I'm just interested to see how this look is gonna turn out eventually. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Aroma, which is that pretty mustard yellow, and I'm putting it here in the inner corner of my eye, and I'm just going on top like this. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of blend out this with Seedling. As you can see, it's a very warm brown. I'm just attaching it over here on the top. Okay, so now I'm going in with Duochrome Sundays. I'm putting it right over here. It's a really beautiful color. For the last shade, I'm going in with Petals, which is the very first duochrome that I used. It's like a pink gold shade, and I just felt like it would brighten up those inner corners. Hey everyone, we have finished 6 looks with the Simply Posh Cosmetics palette. I'm so happy. So let's just talk about the details for this particular look before I get into, my thoughts on the palette as a whole. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lipstick. So for this one, I used Cocoa and 2020 by Juvia's Place. These two over here. So Cocoa was used to outline my mouth, and then I put 2020 in the center. My mouth is, two-toned. So it's kind of very much like just doing what my mouth is usually like. So yeah. But I guess it goes well. And then I went on top of that with this product that I got from Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree. And it's basically like a Maybelline Shine Shot Glassy Shine Lip Top Coat. So you can see that it kind of has like this gloss effect, and I got this for $1. So I'm really happy with how it's working. I mean, I love Maybelline. Anything Maybelline, if I see it in Dollar Tree, like I jump on that. So far I have collected 2 things. I've gotten an eyeliner and this lip gloss. But anyway, yeah, I was really happy with how it made my mouth look. For the highlighter, I went to Illuminating in Ireland by BH Cosmetics. I used the shade Lucky. This is the shade Lucky over here. So it's like as you can see, it's kind of like a bronze pink kind of shade. Like, yeah, I just felt like because my eyes were kind of, pink and then goldish, and then you had the brown in there. So I just felt like, it would be really nice to add all those colors. So this is what the eye is looking like at the end. I hope that you can kind of see that, shift over there. There's a pink. So yeah, I went back to, the very first duochrome that I featured in the look, and I was really, I went back to the very first duochrome that we used, and that was, Petals. I'm just opening up the palette over here. So this is Petals over there. Petals actually kind of looks gold as well. Like, you can see that it's changing. Like, it goes from like a really pinky thing to like a kind of goldish shimmer. So yeah, I decided to go back and use that shade, and then I went in with this. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 shades for this last and final look, but I really felt like it all went so well together, and I didn't think that, I wanted to do it any other way. I finished up the 6 columns, and I feel like I've had a lot of fun using this palette. There were definitely some shades where, I just felt really blown away. That would be Floral and Lush. I really enjoyed Floral, and I really loved Lush. Lush is like brownish green, and then this one was kind of like pinkish brown, and with some kind of like bluish green in there, and when I put it on my eyes, I loved it. Sprout was also one of my favorites. Really loved this beautiful green, and Thrive was also really nice. So yeah, I really think that, all in all, using the mattes was really easy. I think that the only color that came out very light for me was Peonies over here. So Peonies was like in the very first look, and like I said, I got a bit of patching, but I haven't actually experienced patching on the other eye for Peonies. So I think that in that sense, the palette has been successful. I really don't have a problem with any of this at all. My Sundays kind of had a bit of like, I don't know if you can see over here. So that's Sundays, and there's a bit of like oil leaking out over here. However, I don't think it's really affected the way the color looks on my eyes, because you can see what it looks like right now. It's that brown shade there, and it actually looks really good. I did wear the makeup for like a couple of hours, so I think that it's lasted, for a good period of time. And yesterday I was also wearing Simply Posh again, because I was still working on the palette, and that one also stayed on my eyes for like a really long time. So let's just talk about versatility. I'm really happy with it. I think this is a beautiful palette to use like for spring. I love that it's got, the pink side, and then it's got that brown and green side going on, and I just thought that was so lovely because you can create so many looks with this. I can totally see myself picking up this palette again. Like, if it hadn't been given to me as PR, I think I would have bought it. So I'm very happy in that sense. Let's talk about how long it lasted. Okay, so it looks fantastic. It lasts on your eyes for a significant amount of time. I wore my shades for about like 4 hours for some of these looks, and I felt that it lasted. It was really good. It didn't look like I did not have to touch up. So if you're getting a palette with colors that you don't have to touch up, I really think that's an excellent thing. I just think she's done a really good job with this. And one more thing that I forgot to mention was yeah, the color Seedling. So Seedling is this nice warm brown over here, and as you guys probably know, I'm quite lazy when it comes to makeup. I like using, you know, whatever I can from a palette on my face, and today I actually used Seedling right over here as my contouring shade, and I thought it was pretty nice. So I really like that she's put warm browns in there that I can actually use on my face as a contour. I always appreciate it when palettes do that, and you know, she's done it. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I think that you would be happy with it too if you were going to pick it up, and I think that it's going to work really well. As always, remember to use a base. That is what I did for all of my looks. If you don't use a base and then you have problems with the palette, just know that it's probably because the base is not there. It's probably because the base is not there. Like, you need to wear a base because your base is what makes your eyeshadow last longer, and it also intensifies the color. So that's why I always use a base, and that's this one over here. That's all for today. I hope that you have had a fun time going through this whole video with me. I tried to keep it as short as possible because I know it's 6 tutorials. It's a lot to go through. However, I did want to be comprehensive too. So if you found this informational, then please hit the subscribe button, share it with your family and friends, and I'm sending you a whole lot of love. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch one more of my videos, and I will see you very soon for the next one. Bye.